Hi guys, Adrian here again. Today I'm going to show you how to get hold of MetaTrader 4, otherwise known as MT4. And first of all, let's just have a quick look at what it is. It's a tool that allows for technical analysis of the markets, and this is what it's going to look like when we have installed it, and I'll go through the interface and what you can do on it, or at least the basics. Inside here there's quite a lot of things you can do. Mostly I use it for trading. Exactly. There are 50 analytical tools. You can also get trading signals, and there's a marketplace for indicators and trading robots and stuff like that, but in general I use it, another tool to mark up the charts, and I just trade on MetaTrader 4. You can also get it for your phone, iPhone or Android, and then you can link your account to that. Excuse me. But I'm going to show you how to do that. If you do download it from here, which is the MetaTrader4.com website, you have to open a demo account with the particular broker after you've installed it, which is a more complicated way of doing things, and I'm not really familiar with the broker that they have in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a broker called Hugo's Way, because it's very quick to set up a demo account. So if you type in Hugo's Way into Google and click on demo sign up, brings you to this page. Now you can use any broker you want. This is just for demonstration purposes. I use a different broker. I'll pop a link to this and my own one below, but go and do your own research on what broker you would like to use. You want an ECN broker. There are many of them out there, but this is the quickest and easiest way to get a demo account. So I did this yesterday. I did this whole video yesterday, but I realised that I didn't capture the top of the screen with my screen capturing software, so I'm redoing it. So I've already opened a demo account. All you do is fill out your first name, your last name, your email address, select the leverage type you want. I always go for the 500, and then a balance. Now look, you can get a balance up to a million. Is that a million? Yeah, up to a million. But obviously you want to practice on a demo account like you would trade on a live account. So I would personally opt for, well, I have opted for the $1,000 account. So all you do is submit that. They send the details over to you via email. I already have mine. I already have it open on another screen. Yep, and we've got that prepared. And basically, then you click here. When you've done that, it brings you back to this page anyway. So you can click on the top right, download MT4, and you can see I've already downloaded it, but for purposes of this, download MT4. You can then go to download folder, or in my case it comes up in the left hand corner of my browser, so I just double click on that, and I do have two screens, so I have to keep dragging things across to this screen. So you just click on yes to install it, and it will bring up this, which is just standard. No matter what broker you use, all this is the same. They just have their logo in here instead of this one, and you just click next. Usually it's quite quick. Sometimes it can take a little while, but normally it's quite quick. And then once it's installed, it will place an icon on your desktop. Now for this purpose I'm using a PC. I don't really use Macs, so I'm just going to use PC language. Once it's installed, click finish. Now it always brings you to this MQL5 community website. You don't need to join that, so just close that, and that is it basically. So Let me for a moment just go and get my icon, which is on my other desktop. So in this case, this is what this one looks like. So you just double click on that. Oh. Did I double click on it? And then this will open up the software. You'll already have the details of your demo account in your email. And again, it's opened it up on the other screen. Just close a couple of windows so I can drag it across. Okay, so this is basically what it looks like when you freshly install MetaTrader 4. Now, don't worry if it looks a bit overwhelming. I'm going to go through everything very quickly in this video. But the first thing you need to do is to log into your demo account with the details from your email. So there's a couple of ways to go about it. You can click on File and you can click Login to Trade Account. You can also, in this navigator window here, you can come onto Accounts and right click and log into Trade Account. Doesn't matter which way you do it, it comes up with the same box. So I've got my details here. So I'm just going to, sorry, I keep having to move the recording window out of the way on this other screen. So I'm just going to copy and paste my demo account number and my password. One thing to mention is demo accounts normally only last for 30 days. Okay, so I happen to know that this is the right server, but in Hugo's way there's only this one demo server. So click login. And it'll make some pinging noises like so. What that is here, you probably can't see it because my face is here, but there's a connection status, and when it goes ping and boing, it's disconnecting and connecting to the server. Now you know you connected when you see these numbers come up and they're moving. You can also see in this bottom window the balance of your demo account you've just set up. So I've got $1,000 in my balance. Okay, that is how you download, set up and log into your demo account. Alright, what else can you do in here? Well, lots of things. First thing is obviously these windows here are a bit small. Each window, this main window is a currency pair that you're looking at. So in this case this is the Euro US dollar. There are tabs underneath for, you can have as many of these open as you want. So this is the US dollar, Swiss franc. You've got pound against the US dollar, and also the US dollar Japanese yen. They're just the default ones that are open, but you can see they're all set up slightly different. Okay, one thing I always do is right click in anywhere in the black here and click grid. You can also use Ctrl G and turn that off. Now, quick tip for you: if you set up a chart how you would like to, when we go through that process in a little while, you can actually save it as a default by right clicking template and then save template. And if you type in here default, when you open a new window, so let's just close these ones, you just right click and close, or control and F4, standard PC stuff. Right, when you open a new window, which you can do by coming up here and clicking new window and choosing a currency pair, now you'll see that the grid is it doesn't come on. Okay, so there's a couple of ways of doing it. So what I'm going to do is go left to right across the top, and I'll show you these areas here as we go through. So I'm just going to close all the these areas, and then we've just got the basic chart open and also this. Okay, so we have a file menu. From here you can create a new chart. You can open the software offline. I've never bothered to do it. You can open charts you've just deleted. You can actually remove the charts from here. You can save profiles, so if you're watching certain things, maybe you've got a crypto profile or forex profile. Close, save as. You can save a chart as a picture. You can open data folder, which we'll come on to shortly when you might need to do that. You can actually go and open a new account, log into a trading account. I never logged into WebTrader, and I've never logged into MQL5 community from here either. And you can also do some printy stuff from there. Right, view, unless you're a coder, sorry, no, this is normal languages. You can choose your language if you're not English. From here you can also come in and look at the different toolbars and customize toolbars, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. You can view the status bar or the charts bars. I've never messed with any of these from this menu. The only thing that I ever choose is market watch, data window I don't use very often, the navigator I will use, and the terminal, which I'll use. But to be honest with you, I don't use it from here. I use the symbols in the menu below, but just to show you that this is an option. You can also insert different indicators from here. Again, I use the menus below. Charts, you can change your bar chart candle. All of these options here are available in these two menus underneath. That's why I don't really use them. Okay. Tools, well, the only thing I use from here is options. Sometimes you might need to come in here and change some of the options. Window, I've shown you how to do so already. You can generate a new window from here. You can tile windows. You can also cascade them. Just tile horizontally, tile vertically, however you like to display. I tend to have mine mostly like this, and just use the tabs at the bottom to navigate through, unless I'm in two trades at once, and then I will tile to those particular two windows. And then help, which is something I've never really used, but you may want to. Okay, so all of these things in these menu bars are in these toolbars. So you can create a new chart from here. Excellent. You can look at your profiles. You can open and close the the market watch window, which brings up different currency pairs inside the market watch. So just to save space, depending on your monitor, you can turn it on and off using that button there, which is what I use. If you've got a chart open and you want to load a new pair, you can actually just drag the pair on. So in this case it's the pound Swiss franc, and then, or you can just drag on, now it's euro, New Zealand dollar. It's just a quick way to change pairs if you want to. That said, if you're marking up a chart with trend lines and support and resistance and everything, I would use the tabs across the bottom, because then they keep all your trend lines and support and resistance levels. I actually use TradingView to mark up my charts generally, but sometimes it is handy to have a few lines on here. Okay, so that's that. Data window tells you information about the pair on the time frame that you've got selected. The navigation, sorry, let me just turn that one off. The navigator basically brings up this folder view where you can log into your accounts and also look at indicators, or if you're using any expert advisors, etc. That is very useful. Terminal brings up the window at the bottom with your account details and any live trades you've got going on here. The details will be in here. So the time you opened it, the type of trade, whether it's a buy or sell, the size of your lot size, what the pair is, the symbol, the price you bought it at, stop loss and take profits. And it shows the current price and any commissions or swap. Swap is if you leave a trade on overnight, you'll get a small charge from your broker. In general, strategy tester, I wouldn't worry about that. If you're just starting out, you can create a new order from here. When you click on that, it brings up this window. Sorry, everything keeps opening on my other monitor, but this is the better monitor to do this on. It opens up a new order. In here you can put your volume, that's important, that's your lot size, that's what you're going to trade. You have to calculate your risk, obviously. You can find that training in the Ninja group. You can put your stop loss price in here, take profit, and any comments. So you might want to say it's a 15-minute chart trade or an hour trade or whatever you want, and then you can click buy or sell to execute the order. Okay. You can also place an order another way, and that is using this one-click order here. You can just click buy or sell, change your lot size from here. You can hide this as well if you want to with this little arrow, depending on the size of your monitor. Now, MetaQuote's language editor, unless you're a coder, I wouldn't worry about it. You can log into virtual servers from here. You can register your account as a Signal account, so if you want to provide a service in the future, you can do that. Auto trading on and off, if you're using any expert advisors, you'll need to turn this on, so you can leave that on. This changes your chart from a line chart to candles and bar. Line charts can be useful for putting support and resistance levels in. Candles give you a lot of information if you know how to read them, and the bar chart is just a simpler view. Gives you an open price, which is the line to the left, and a close price, which is the line to the right, and then the wicks at the top and the bottom. Candle does the same thing, but it doesn't show you the left and right, it just shows you the body of the candle. So open price is here and close price is here. If it's an up candle, then obviously open price will be below and close price will be above. Okay, you can use these tools to zoom in and out, and this is where you can tile. This is why I'm saying, you know, you can do tiling from here or whatever, but you can actually arrange your windows from here as well. Now these two are quite important. This is scrolls the chart to the end of the tick incoming. What that means is the latest information, your chart will scroll to that point. So this is on at the moment, and what happens is you'll see it as I try and drag the chart to the left. So I'm just holding down my left mouse button, and as I drag the chart to the left, it actually bounces back to the current price. If I turn it off, I can now go back and analyse the chart as far as I want, and it doesn't do that. Okay, if I switch it back on, you'll see it's moved back to the front. Okay, this next one here gives you an indentation at the right hand side of the currency pair chart, because some indicators will use some of this space for putting information. Okay, so I do use these on and off, turn them on and off if I'm looking at things and I don't want to move the chart to move around too much. Okay, you can also do your indicators from here. So remember, we could do it from the insert, and we could insert an indicator. So let's, for example, just put Bollinger Bands on, which are here. You can also do it from here. So if we did, let's say, awesome oscillator, okay. When you've got these on, you can alter the properties by right clicking, hovering over the actual indicator, or right clicking, and then you can bring up the properties of the indicator. Same with this. Or if you've got more on and you find it difficult to select them that way, you can actually right click in the black and you can bring up your indicator list, and from here you can delete them, or for example edit them. Change the colour to, I don't know, yellow, something that'll stand out so you know I've changed it. Alright, and that's basically almost periods. I don't tend to use this drop down here because you've got this 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes. All these options are here on the next toolbar we're going to look at. And then you have templates. Here you can load or save templates from here. Again, I tend to use the right click because then it gives me templates here. There's always a couple of ways to do things in MetaTrader 4. Okay, so that's that toolbar. Next toolbar along is drawing tools and navigation tools. So you've got cursor, crosshair. If you want to find out a price at a particular point, the crosshair is useful because on the right hand side it gives you the price where you're hovering. Now we're going. These are more drawing tools now. So before I actually go through the horizontal line and all that sort of thing, what I want to do is show you that if you click this arrow here, if you right click on the toolbar, you can click customize, okay, and it will bring up the customize window. Okay, so there's some things you'll use and there's some things that you won't use. So for example, I like to have a triangle and a rectangle and the pitchfork in this menu. So as I add them, you'll see they come and add themselves to the toolbar. Close that. Right, so it's now customized. Vertical line. All the drawing tools work the same. So you click on it and place it. If you want to move it, you double click and you get white dots here. Then you can drag it around, or if you right click, you can go and have a look at the properties. Maybe change the line colour and the thickness, and change the line. You double click to unselect. You can also delete these from here by right clicking. Horizontal lines exactly the same. These are good for putting on support and resistance. So for example, if we go to this line chart, and let's say we're on the 4 hour, but let's say we're on the day, and you want to see the support and resistance levels that have been respected. You can actually draw them in so that you've got areas where you know that on the day chart there's been significant support and resistance. So all I'm doing is looking for these peaks and then drawing a horizontal line across. The hours don't, the day doesn't tend to be that accurate, as you'll see when we drop down to the next time frame. Okay, and you can play about with all of these. Obviously, rectangle, again double click if you don't like the colour. I tend to go for something a bit more pastel-y, even more maybe. Okay, and you can drag these points around to change the rectangle. So as we've just done some support and resistance lines, maybe you want to mark a zone between those two lines, for example. Okay. If you've got more than one indicator on and you want to delete them, drawing tool on, and you want to delete them, you can just double click on them and then right click and delete all selected, and that just leaves you with the zone. Okay, so that's how you draw things and manipulate the objects. Okay, so these are the time frames. So 1 minute, 5 minute, pretty self-explanatory. 1 hour, 4 hour, days, weeks, months. When you're on a candle chart, each candle is represented by the time frame. So if you're on a day chart, one candle is 1 day. Okay. 4 hour, one candle is 4 hours. 1 hour, one candle is 1 hour. Okay. And you can see from this example, I drew a zoning on the day chart, and then I can come down and actually look at how that's been respected on the hour chart, for example. Okay, it's very useful, and that is basically all the top menus and everything. One thing you will need to do if you're looking at an Ninja system, well, you don't need to, but you might want to, is insert a custom indicator. So let me just go over to my other screen and just find a particular, any indicator will do. Okay, so I have a folder here full of different indicators. So MT4 comes with a selection which you can obviously see here in the navigator. To apply one of them, you would just either double click on it, click OK, or you can drag them across and it places them like so. If you want a new indicator, like a custom indicator, you come here to File, Data Folder. That will bring up this window here. And if I go to my custom indicators, this is how I do it. You can copy and paste, or you can, for example, just drag one of these across. So let's drag this one across. First of all, in the data folder, click on MQL4 and indicators. Okay, and you can just drag that into there. Okay, now I actually dragged it and it moved it, so if you do it with a right click, you can copy it. Right, it won't show up in here right now until you right click and refresh. And there we go. And now my 2-line MACD, which I've just put in, is available. Okay. So it soon gets messy when you start adding indicators on to MT4. So let me just delete a few of them. Okay, and now you can see my MACD 2-line oscillator, and that's how you add an indicator. So I know there's a lot of things there to that I've gone through, and obviously we can look at placing a trade as well. So I'll do that quickly as we're on a demo account. Let me just have a quick look over on my live account. I've got the New Zealand Japanese yen. Let's go and have a look at that. No. So I'm just going to delete this so we can see what's happening, and also this moving average, so we can just see plainly what's happening. Before I place a trade, actually, let me just show you. If you right click here on the black, you can bring up chart properties and you can change the chart quite drastically by changing the background, for example, or you can change the foreground. So if you've got a white background, you want to change the foreground to black. It's just a signal coming in, 1 second. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. And you might want to change the bar up line to more of a darker green so it doesn't burn your eyes. A bar down might be red, bull candle, which is green, and then a bear candle can be red, and then you get something that actually starts to make sense to the eye. Okay, so if I wanted to take a sell trade here, for example, just gone down to the 5 minute. If I wanted to take a sell trade here, I could just come here and change the lot size to something more reasonable, and click sell. That would first, this only happens the first time. It brings up one click trading. When I click that, when I click sell here, you see it now. It just gives you just gives you the box because I didn't click the one click trading. So to get around that, you click Alt T here. Actually, I shouldn't have closed the window. Doesn't matter anyway. So let's say you want to do a sell. I'll have to figure that out. You come in here, you can put your take profit and your stop loss. So for example, we can come over here and highlight that we want the stop loss at 69,991. That's one way of doing it, or the way I like to do it is to drag that on a horizontal line and place it, and then I right click, go to the line properties, and under parameters I just copy the stop loss. So click sell and you'll see two lines come on the screen. This is your stop loss, this is your sell point. What you'll notice at the bottom is the order that you've just opened, so it tells you the size, the pair, the price that you opened it at, where your stop loss is, and what your profit or loss is, depending if you are in a winning or losing trade. And that you can also from here, let's say your trade moves in the right direction and you want to drag your stop loss down to minimize risk, you can just drag it down and click OK. On my other broker, I can actually just drag it. You might have to go and have a look at the options, tools, charts, trade. Right, one click trading, that brings up the window here. Okay, what that means then, so if I close that now, when I click here, it'll execute the order before it opened the window, before it opened the new order window. So if you clicked new order, this is the window we had come up. Now when I click sell, it just executes the trade without a stop loss or anything. Okay, which is what I tend to use, and then I come in and put my stop loss in the way I just showed. Now to do that, you can double click on your order on the stop loss and it brings up the modification window, and then you just right click and modify the order. Okay, so and you can just drag these around now, look. And that's basically how you place a trade. I think that's all I need to go over now on MT4. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below, or if you're a member of the Yellow Brick Road group, I'm going to post the video in there anyway. and you can ask questions in there. And obviously, if you're in our Ninja trading team as a paid member, you can catch me in the group chat that we have to support all the members, as we are a group and we all trade together. So hopefully that was useful. I will drop a few links below the video to Hugo's Way so you can get a demo account.